Hi llamas, my name is Chisela Murillo, and I'm 29 years old, and as you read in the title, we are going to talk about life after college. I know, I've been there. I felt hesitant to do it due to the fact that I was in grad school almost 4 years ago, but I figured I would share some of my tips and advice I've learned over the years to help you guys out. Post-college, I felt anxiety, lost, and lots of pressure to find the perfect dream job in a creative field, move out of my parents' house by 22 with a $64K student debt. I felt that part of me was not making my family proud anymore and felt pressure trying to look for a 401k. I felt shame while I saw others in my life move on. I didn't understand the positive mindset like I do now, or living my life in gratitude, because I thought I was a failure, or I felt like a failure. And even though I graduated and was the first female in my family to get my degree, I felt like my degree became pointless because it was a degree in the art field. And in a way, I felt like I was disappointing those around me, and especially myself, because I have had many successes while I was in school. But then it just felt like I was drowning under the sea, because I couldn't figure out why I was failing so hard after being so strong in my previous wins. In addition, I didn't know how to celebrate my wins. I felt so stuck, lost, and honestly hopeless. Because even though I interned at some pretty good places, I just didn't feel like I was a fit in the end towards these places. Because I myself wanted to pursue other things within my life with my degree, using it in a different way. I did well in school and juggled multiple extracurriculars in my life. I felt so frustrated that no matter how many times I applied to jobs, I never heard back, or when I did hear back from the 1 out of the 3,000 jobs I applied for, I felt this overwhelming stress that I wasn't aligning myself to things my soul didn't feel connected to. As a creator, it can be hard to look for work for things that do not nurture your ability to freely create the way you see things. I also let things like fear get to me, like wanting to start my channel when I was 22. The age I should have practiced taking that big risk. My mindset wasn't in the place because I kept making all these excuses that I wasn't ready for YouTube, didn't have the right equipment, etc. I psyched myself into believing that I did not have the capability to succeed. In 2015, while working at the time in a wax center, I made a decision to go back to school and get my master's degree to learn more skills in my media arts field and look for another internship. I was determined to do it all in a year. I did, but as you can imagine, I also did not land a full-time position and hence added more student debt. However, the difference at the age of 25, I posted my first YouTube video on my channel, and it was actually a graduate project I had given to my professor. Somehow, after posting my first video that I edited and put together, I remember something super important. That I really do love creating content and am capable, and I wanted to have an outlet to freely create, and YouTube was the way to do it. It was a major first step, and was the first time fear slowly was becoming my friend. I felt a change in the air. It was the first time I was able to post something I felt proud of doing with my group members, a makeup tutorial in the park. At this time, Michelle Phan was my biggest inspiration to follow my dreams. She began a new line of work, making it possible for dreamers to create freely, to do things aligned with one's soul, was a real job and a real chance for creators. Slowly, somehow, this mindset shift got me writing down ideas on paper. But again, I wasn't fully out of the gutter. I was still struggling financially. Also, I was not too consistent on my channel because I was still not in the full mindset of believing in my own magic. Plus, I had monstrous debt overwhelming me at the back of my mind. However, something in me was starting to bloom. A new perspective on life. The next best thing I did for myself was becoming a New York substitute teacher, because I had a job that allowed me time to nurture and help find my inner voice. Though becoming a sub was a journey itself, because I still had to study, take tests, just to keep my job after graduating with my master's, I felt so frustrated because I had recently just graduated and I had to jump into a whole new set of tests and learning and etc. And I know learning is a part of life, but man, I was thrown so many curveballs. But this job graciously and thankfully released the burdens of finance and helped me pay back some of my student loans, gave me a super flexible schedule, and gave me the extra hours and freedom to pursue my dream of becoming a YouTuber. So once I took these steps to push through, these new obstacles and things felt like they were coming to a close. In seeing this as an avenue to still make content, I decided that after my last exam, to work the extra hours within my day to finally make content, that everything else would come in time, and my mantra was to just begin, was opening a new part of my journey. Now I'm going to share with you guys my llama grads, some of the stuff that I learned within my own journey, a few tips to help you get started. Take a risk and learn from it. Society taught us to follow a certain timeline. Let it be known that you are the master of your life and it's your life you want to live. And at the end of the day, ask yourself, how can I be better, stronger, creative? What can I do by myself that helps others out? It's okay to have a job to help pay your bills. Life is still costly, but do not give up on your dreams. To all the new grads feeling anxious, worried, and stressed, remember you have to celebrate the biggest win you earned so hard to work for, and no one will take that from you. You are enough, and if you need time to figure out your next move, do it. Let it be things that set your soul on fire. Understand that failure is part of life, but you are here to stand back up and try again. Don't compare your life to anyone else on social media, because behind that filtered photo is a story, a journey of how that person came to discovering their own self. Celebrate who you are, because you are the only version of yourself. Value and celebrate your uniqueness. Pay your loans back. This one is tough because as a recent grad, you may not have the job yet. Remember, life is so much more. It's a journey. Nothing is the last stop or the end of the road for you. There were moments I thought I'd never pay back my student loans, but I went on to take a job as a substitute teacher. And the more I learned how to be positive in my job, working became no problem to both fulfill my true dreams and prioritize clearing myself of debt. Prioritize yourself and your needs, and honestly, don't be fooled by social media. I read Superwoman's book, and there was a whole chapter on FOMO, the fear of missing out. This is something I wish my 20-something-year-old self learned earlier in life. I thought I had to do every single thing everybody else was doing because I would be missing out on life. Honestly, guys, life is what you want and make of it. Ask yourself, what is it that you want to do? And don't shy away from the answer. You don't have to say yes to every single party, every single event. Sometimes you just want to take care of what you need to take care of first. Life will still be there. And ask yourself this important question. Will that party or that event that you are going to, unless fulfilling your needs and investing in yourself, will that matter in 10 years? Ask yourself that first. Don't settle. I've had certain times in my life where I could have settled because it was the safe or secure route, but the older I get, the more I realize how I want to be more free and more in charge of the things in my life. I want real freedom, following my dreams and nurturing my talents, because I realize how well my soul is bringing me closer to making those things real. The more I say no to the things that do not align with my true purpose in life or with my soul call. Remember to take it day by day. Be present about certain things in your life, big or small. Productivity is good, but so is having moments of taking a pause. You are way more than you give yourself credit for. You are human and are enough. Define yourself. Stop letting other people define who you are. Embrace all of your quirks, because sometimes those are where the brightest ideas stem from. And also, don't be afraid to reinvent yourself until you are the highest level of being. The beauty about waking up every single day, llama friends, is that you can reinvent and redo as many times as you want. Be productive in a schedule that fits you. You don't have to follow the same schedule as other people. You already know what's best for you, so follow that schedule. I hope these tips, you found them helpful. These are things I wish someone would have told me when I was in my earlier 20s. But you know the beauty, like I said, you can restart life at any time. And that's the superpower of being alive. And the best superpower you have is being yourself. And being true to who you are. And then you will attract all the things you would like to do in your life.